It seems a child's fantasy now, but Phorica was not always the world she came to be. In the ancient days, her people knew nothing of pain or suffering. Even the sting of death was hidden from us. It was a paradise, a haven meant to last forever. It didn't. At her inception, Phorica was blessed by our Creator, the High King. This was to be a second heaven, and all her inhabitants, his children. So precious was his creation, Phorica was even given a protector, a being of awe and light we knew simply as the Guardian. For a time, he fulfilled his purpose, as did we. We built the greatest structure in our history, an act of love in the name of the High King. The Great Dome we called it, a marble wonder which crowned Glenheart, our centermost stronghold. This is where we lived and worshipped. It was perfection. Then one day, the Guardian changed our destinies forever. A young man by the name of Hagaris was lured away from the safety of Glenheart and out toward the shores of the still sea. There the Guardian appeared to him. The being told Hagaris soon his brothers and sisters would attempt to end his life. For the first time, one of our own knew what it was to fear, and this fear consumed him. Hagaris returned home and hid for a fortnight, never once showing his face. His brother, Elba, wondered why Hagaris was held up in his house. When Elba knocked, there was no response, so he broke down the door. Only then did Hagaris answer, driving a wooden stake into his brother's heart. Outside, dozens of Phoricans witnessed what had occurred. Their previously innocent hearts were infected by evil. Like a sickness, it spread from person to person until we all fell victim to its treachery. By nightfall, Phorica was lost, and her people were at each other's throats. Despite what had become of us, the High King, in his mercy, gave us another chance. Departing from the heavenly realm, a divine brigade of 21 angels set out for Phorica. While we battered one another into unrecognizable deaths, the angels hovered above surveying the massacre. Led by a seraphim, the angels dove towards Glenheart. Then what happened next can only be described as the greatest miracle Phorica has ever witnessed. In a strike of their blades, the angels' steel met Phorica's earth, and a rose-gold shockwave rose from it. Even the strongest were thrown to the ground, but soon a restoring warmth took over. Forgetting we were so recently caught up in the battle of our lives, we instead realized those who had been wounded saw themselves healed, and even more miraculously, those who had been slain returned to life. As we recovered, 5 angels flew to points around Glenheart's outermost wall. Together, they dropped 5 large gems into the soft earth. The eruptions were so bright, the midnight sky awakened. In the north, a deep sapphire blue glowed, while to the west, a wild crimson burned. Southwest, a vibrant gold danced violently as a pale silver fire whipped in the southeast. Lastly, in the east roared a blinding white, the brightest of them all. The angels returned to their posts as the seraphim settled atop our dome. The heavenly warriors lifted their voices for all to hear. Speaking in unison, they shared with us this message: we are the divine servants to both our Master and his children. Before you lies sacred flames, holy lights from the High King himself. They will help you oppose the guardian who betrayed you. Only one among you will be permitted into each fire, but the time has come. Go forth and receive these blessings. We heeded the instructions, lining up at all 5 lights, wondering who among us might be chosen. Hours passed, and no one came close to a flame. Then in the west, before the red light, a man by the name of Aiden Holdrick stepped closer than anyone. He disappeared into the fire as we watched and waited. At last, the fire answered. It swirled upward into towers of scarlet light, racing in ember spirals so intensely we were forced to shield our eyes. As quickly as it burst about, the entirety of the flame drew inward. Then came a calm silence. Standing unharmed in the dark of the night, Aiden glowed in a fierce red aura, holding a pulsing red ruby in his hands. Dozens rushed towards him, but a frenzy of fiery orbs burst from his chest. The glowing spheres swarmed through the crowd, settling into the hearts of recipients beyond count as they too were surrounded in an identical glow to Aiden. A moment passed, and the lights nestled into their new hosts. The wielders of the red light were the first to be found, but they would not be the last. Before the sun would rise, every light chose a suitor. The blue light went to Hallowell Comel, the silver to Riskel Alkan, the gold found Verenon Eldar, and the white light claimed me, Arela Rain. From us, these precious gifts spread to thousands of our fellow Phoricans. Now, redemption could be ours. When all was finished, the angels lifted their voices. Praise the High King, for the ordained and knights of the heavenly realm have been found.